What's going on, guys? It's your boy HK, and today we're back at it again with another Bitget video on how to do copy trading. And today we're focusing on the difference between the multiplier or the fixed size trading. So we're gonna have a bit more focus on that today. So jump right into the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell, and check out my other socials across the board. Let's jump right into the video for today. We are looking at Bitget. Of course, this is bitget.com. If you haven't done so or don't have an account with Bitget, check out the link in the description below. That will get you to the right website, and it will ensure that you will be getting these bonuses that you see around the screen. And so let's jump right into copy trading today. As we all know, we have a spot and futures copy trading now available. Now, our channel does talk a lot more about futures copy trading, so let's jump into that. So, as you can see, there are some crazy numbers like this, but we obviously, it's all about, if you want to be profitable on copy trading, it's all about picking the right traders. So let's jump right into it. Let's go look at all traders. And in our channel, we'd like to sort by AUM, assets under management, and we want the biggest people to come out on top because we want to follow the money. Okay, and that's because if you are managing a big amount of money, you're obviously going to do the right thing. And the first page is always a little bit stuffed, so we're always going to go to the next page, and that's when you're going to see the highest to the lowest. And so we are looking at this player over here, Riyasat. Okay, so it's starting to look serious from here. So they've got more than, what is that, $3 million that they are managing. The copiers are profitable, and they themselves have a positive balance sheet, which is good. Wow, it's amazing how much this sort of the top AUM list sort of flushes out in and out. So it's all about finding good traders to follow, and so we are going to take a look at just any or one of these guys for the sake of this exercise, and we're going to do some analysis. So let's have a look at this HCSD. What does that say? Sholi Xiao. Is that G? Jason? My Chinese isn't that good, although I do speak a bit. We're going to look at, we're going to actually study what these different metrics mean and how you can analyze these metrics so that you get to pick the right trader. So I obviously haven't seen this trader before. I'm just going in blind, and you're going to have to do this, across the first, I think, top 10 or at least 20, I guess, highest AUM traders. And so this is what we're going to check out. So with this guy here, I mean, and these are just my opinion as well. I mean, you don't have to follow somebody because I featured it on our channel. You just have to make your own decision as to how that fits along with your I guess, risk profile. Okay, so we're looking at, obviously the last 7 days is too short, so I'd like to look at the last whole month. And obviously their returns are obviously increasing, and this account looks pretty good. He's obviously making gains steadily, and in the last 1 month he's gone from 1.9k to about 3k, which is almost 3.5k, 3.6k, almost doubling his account. We're looking at his account with a lot of the trades being quite profitable, and as you can see, they're hodling because you see these dots all across to the side. Looks like he is predominantly an ETH trader and a little bit on the BTC, and that could just be construed as somebody who takes on a bit more risk, because ETH could just be construed as a coin that just has a bit more volatility. Looking over the last 1 month, we do have some consistent trading, with the last week or so being reasonably quiet, and so we do have some spots available to be able to follow. There's about 470 spots filled out of 500. And another thing that I'll look at is orders. So I have looking at their history, that they are consistently profitable, and where there are losses, they are disproportionately smaller than the wins, right? So we're looking at the wins at the 97%, but we're looking at the losses at negative 0.14%. Okay, so this is one of the slightly better traders I've ever seen. We're sort of backtracking as far back as, and we cannot see any losing trades. But let's have a look at the trades that are open right now. Okay, so some of these trades are sitting very pretty at the moment. Some of these trades are sitting a little bit negative, but it could be in their strategy that they average these down. In this case, well, yeah, in this case it is down. And it is also important for you to take note of their current trades and their historical trades as being, how much leverage they have. So they've got about 50x leverage here, with the active and also the closed trades that you can see. And checking out their followers, we're looking at how much they're risking and how much they're profiting. So this guy has risked $12,000 and they're profiting, or that's not their entire account size, that's the trade volume. And for that amount of trade volume, this person has profited a whopping $10,000. So there is money to be made in copy trading. What I don't like about this section here, however, is that they actually don't show you how long they have been following this trader for. But for this amount of volume to come in, and the amount of average sort of trade size that I've been able to see across the board, $12,900 is quite a lot of trade volume for one copy trader. So that's interesting. So let's actually start to look at the follow button itself. Obviously they're trading all of these coins here, although like Bitcoin and Ethereum would probably suffice. Just don't touch it, because the platform itself, the interface itself actually just that just automatically fills in the coins that are getting traded. So the follow mode is really interesting here. So one is a fixed amount and the other one is a multiplier mode. So I want to give this a little bit better a little bit better I guess insight into it. So if we look at the fixed amount, terrible handwriting, I know, and then you got the multiplier. Okay, and this is really, really important. So and it's important to note that, let's say your account, right? Your account size. Let's say you have $1,000 account. You have $1,000 account, and the lowest fixed amount that you can come in is 10, right? To 10,000. Well, they've included that to 10,000. That used to be only 3,000, but now it's 10,000. And the thing is, if it is just $10, right? Let's say your fixed amount is just $10. Each trade that they make, you'll make the same trade at the same price in the same direction, of course. That's what's happening. Whereas multiplier, you can select a number between, I think, 0 and 100. Okay, that 0.1, 0.01 and 100. Okay, so we'll discuss multiplier in a minute, but let's say it was 100. It was a $10 trade. It is a minimum that you put in. Now this guy was trading at, I think, most of the time at 50x leverage, although the trader might actually trade with different leverages each time. But let's say 50x is what we have observed. So that's based on history, that's likely what they're going to trade. Not that that's a small leverage at all in any sense, but that's a pretty decent leverage. That means if you put the $10 trade, that means it's going to have an exposure of about, I'm going to turn off the touch, about $500. Okay, so let's say this guy trades, let's say 10 times a day, like on the day that he trades, let's say he traded 10 times, and then that's going to have effectively your account exposed to about $5,000 worth of trading. That, I don't think is that healthy with that $1,000 account that you have. So although I have seen people who take the risk, I mean, I've seen traders like, for example, Origin, who usually have some pretty good runs on the board, and his trades start, basically, 2 a.m. my time, he basically opens up 4 trades and they all go in the one direction, and it's happy day. So you put in a $10 trade, you can easily make 50% to about 80% gain, and then he exits the trade. But on the days where he isn't profitable, then that's when everything goes to problem, because then he trades a lot more to actually go in the direction, to go against the direction to actually average down. So fixed amounts are good if you want to take a lot of risk, because $10 trade sizes are already quite big if a lot of these futures traders are chucking in 50x. Now, not every trader puts in 50x, so it's important. That's why you need to look at the actual profile itself. If you go the multiplier method, let's say, obviously this trader here that we're looking at, this HCSD account was at 3.58k was their account size. So with this principal trader, he's actually trading with his account size in mind. He doesn't want to liquidate himself so that he can't trade anymore. And that's a really bad look, because he's going to lose all of his copiers, right? So what he's going to do is going to actually trade with the trade sizes that are in recognition of the risk that is associated with his account size. So if your account size compared to his account size is that it is 3.5 times smaller. So that means that your account is about roughly 30% of the principal trader's account, provided that you're not following any or copying any other trader. Whatever he trades, whatever the trade is with the principal trader, you're gonna have to multiply that by 30%. That's what I think is the right thing to do. If you want to directly reflect the risk profile of the copy trader, the master trader himself. So if you want to take more risk, obviously this number can go up. If you want to take less risk, this number can go down. If you're following more people, then I think this number should go down. Or if you're crazy, you just go 1 for 1. So that number there, if it's 30%, it's going to be 0.3. Okay. Now, sometimes your account could be larger. Okay. Your account could be larger than the actual, the principal trader. So let's say if you had, you know, $10,000 account, then you would probably, and if you're following this account only, at 3,500, you would roughly want to place a 300% of the trade size. So that means their trade, each of their trade should really be multiplied by 300%. So you'll multiply that by 3 to then directly replicate the risk profile of the principal trader himself. So that's what you're choosing. But I highly recommend that you start off with Multiplier. If you are a degen and you want to go fixed amount and you go crazy, well then, I mean, I'm not going to stop you. You know, I'm not here to make, you know, financial decisions for you. So you do whatever the heck you want. But I haven't seen much success come out of people that way. Stop loss ratio, obviously, you know, if your account goes down 30-40%, you want to stop loss, or 20% you want to stop loss. And, you know, that may or may not be the healthy thing to do, because some traders actually go quite negative before they go up as well. We call that the drawdown. So if the drawdown is like 40%, and then, you know, if their drawdown is like 40%, and you had it at like 38%, then like you kind of lost 38% and you're not climbing back again. So that kind of sucks. But anyway, I would place more attention on take profit, because a lot of these strategies are quite aggressive. That I think it's I think cutting your profits at a healthy level. I have seen slightly more success in that sense. Of course, you know, each to their own. You got to do whatever you got to do, and this is maximum follow. You know, until when are you going to start? You know, you stop following. You know, depending on the trade sizes. If it's too much for your account size, then you got to stop following. Now, that may not be the healthy thing to do, because if your principal trader is averaging down and you cannot average down to the lowest trough, and it's a long position, then that could be a problem as well. Okay, so have a bit of a play around with these risk management tools and see what works for different traders, and that's the fun behind copy trading. If you haven't done so, go check out the link in the description below. We have a Telegram group where we exchange information on what makes a good trader, what has worked, what hasn't worked. And there is a bit more of a dialogue on it. It's a very, very small community, but it's a community that I would like for you to join. The only way for you to join is to actually set up the account using the link in the description below through Bitget. It is one way to support me and to fill out the form. And then you'll be able to then have access to our Telegram group. People have been quite committed, even though it's a very small one. Would love to see you in that Telegram group in the description below. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Much love to you all. We'll see you next time.